To my business, the bridge. I don't feel well. I believe me. You can't stop me. We've been carrying on too long. We've been carrying on too long.
Hey everybody, I'm here with Andy Williams of Every Time I Die. How's it going, man?
It's going. It's going.
Oh, that's good to
Yeah,
hear.
I hate the cold right now, but yeah, it's going.
Absolutely, and
Yeah.
like we're in Ottawa right now, and Ottawa's
It's
brutal
good.
for the winters.
Yeah, it's getting cold. I mean, we're from Buffalo, so it's brutal there too. So
Absolutely, that's like
We're
only
just-
like what 40-minute drive from the border.
pretty much, yeah. Not even. It's like a 10-minute drive.
Seriously?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
It's like
rad.
you can go straight to Niagara on the Lake or something like that within 5 minutes. I could walk to Canada if I wanted to.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
And so, how have things been, man? Since like last time I talked to you was at Warped Tour.
Yeah.
And so between that time, like, what's been new?
Nothing. I went nuts. Had some sort of breakdown. Went to Dallas, Texas. Got hand tattoos. Almost got my face tattooed. Broke into Universal Studios. Trying to think of what else. Wrote a couple guitar riffs. What else? Went to London for a week. Yeah, we haven't toured. This is the pretty much first tour. We did a small 5-minute run with Trash Talk on the West Coast. Played Lisk Fest with like Gorilla Biscuits and Chromace. Went to Alaska for 2 days. Played Alaska. That was pretty rad. But other than that, it's like we're literally about to sign to a label. Yeah, just like nothing's really been going on other than like we all had off for like 3 months. So like personal bullshit was just like me going to like losing my mind, going to Dallas, Texas, no one knowing where I was, and that was pretty good. and like texting someone saying, "Hey man, I'm in London," you know what I mean? And then them going, "What the fuck?" So yeah, that's literally it. So yeah, here I am.
It's good to see you, man.
Yeah.
Glad to have you here.
Yeah.
And I see that the beard is all shaven off now.
Yeah. It literally like it was getting to the point where I would see someone with a beard and get fucking annoyed, and I had to shave it. So yeah, I shaved it, and yeah, the thing was with the beard is like it gets to a certain level and people expect it, and I didn't want anyone to expect anything from me. So like it was like, well, fuck it, if I shave it now, it's only going to hurt someone's feelings later anyways, you know what I mean? Because everyone expected it, like, oh, yeah, Every Time It's going to come through. Oh, I can't wait to see Andy's beard, you know what I mean? So now it's just like, whatever. Like, I don't want to be expected of that. I'm going to do it again. I don't know when. I like having a rig on my face of some sorts.
Yeah.
I'm going with this now.
Because the mustache is pretty fat.
Yeah. So, whatever. It's good for now, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We'll see what I can do next.
For sure. Because that shows, like, the thing that I find is, I guess, so legendary about is the beard.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
if you're walking around a show, everyone knows you because of the beard.
Yeah.
And all kids, like, will know to point out.
Yeah. I mean, the
Definitely.
thing is, like, no matter what, people, like, look at, like, I'm 6'3", I weigh 230 pounds. If I'm walking through a crowd, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be me because I'm always the same size. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So that's what I mean by expectations. It's just like people come up to you and the first thing out of their mouth is something about the beard. And it's just like, dude, ask me anything else. I don't care. You could be someone that only likes our early stuff. I'd rather hear that. And that's like the most annoying thing in the world. Like, oh man, you're going to play anything off Last Night in Town or Burial Plot Bidding War? And it's like, dude, we've had a different bass player for the last 15 tours. We're not going to show him songs that take 15, practices to like figure out. It's those songs are hard to play, for a guy just coming into a situation, So, yeah.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
so you're saying you broke into Universal Records. Is that anything to do with, I guess, you're signed to a label now, or?
No, nothing
No?
at all.
And so what was the
No, I
breaking
literally just
Universal
broke
Records?
in. I broke into Universal Record, or not Universal Records, Universal Studios.
Oh, the amusement park.
Yeah, I broke in there and fucked around on some of the sets, like Back to the Future and stuff like that, and it was pretty awesome. And then I got chased by the security through. It started right by the Back to the Future set, and I ran through this thing, went through a Western set, straight to like a 30s set, like a set from like the 30s, 20s. Went through like I don't even know what it's called, like a Roman set into Jaws, and then hid in a bush in Jaws. Then like the security were like looking. It was pretty awesome. And then I ran up this hill, and I got chased by a guy on a a Segway.
I imagine you outrun the Segway.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
That's hilarious, man.
Yeah, he was a
That's
pussy.
it.
It was great.
Good times for
Yeah.
sure. And so I was just wondering, like, where I know, like you said, you're about to sign to a new record, and I imagine
Yeah.
you might not be able to talk about
I don't
that.
know.
Or?
Like I said, I don't know what the deal is. I should have been able to talk about it 3 months ago
Really?
when we talked before, but it just, you know, with contracts and bullshit like that, it just takes for fucking ever. Like, oh, our lawyers have it, and our lawyers have it, and like,
That's so frustrating.
it's just taking forever. But within like the next 2 weeks, you know, everyone should hear about it.
That's great.
I don't want to say it, but yeah,
Rad.
yeah. But we're going on a new label. It's a fucking rad label.
Sweet.
It's not Ferret, and I'm not talking shit about them. It's just not, you know. We've been on Ferret for 9 years, and it's time for a change. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? So it was cool. It was amicable, like with those dudes, and we're still friends and everything like that, which is rad, because those dudes are still family. You know what I mean? And there's no like bad feelings, even though they give us shit every time we see them. But it happens.
Oh well.
Yeah.
But what can you do? So I was just wondering, what can people expect from the like? Now you have, I guess, 4 albums under your belt.
Yeah,
What can
yeah.
people expect from the 5th?
Who knows, man? I honestly, I have a shitload of stuff written, ready to go, and it ranges in. I mean, it's literally. I have to admit, it's a lot more technical than what we've been doing.
Really?
So like, there's gonna be definitely like a more technical aspect. But the thing is, I mean, the last record I said the same thing, and it went over everyone's head. Like, all those songs are seriously like technical to play, but then you hear them and they're kind of dumb. You know what I mean? Like, they don't sound that technical, but they are.
Well, yeah, definitely. I think that's the thing, though, is that it's impressive when a band can do something technical musically wise,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
make the listener feel like it's not over their head.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's more of an accomplishment than anything else.
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, I'm more proud of the Big Dirty than I am any other record. So.
I think the great thing about Big Dirty is that it went back to a lot of the raw emotion that came from Last Night in Town
Exactly.
and Hot Damn, but at the same time it had that feel that it had the melody, I think,
Yeah.
that was really represented in Gutter Phenomenon.
Yeah.
And so do you think, I guess, that combination of melody in between like a raw sound is going to come out into the new 5th album?
For sure. But I mean, like, it's gonna be like something we haven't done in a couple years is just working with, like, I guess utilizing 2 guitar players. Like, basically, on the last couple records, we're basically doing the same shit. You know what I mean? Like, we'll play a riff and he'll follow me or I'll follow him, and you know,
back and forth
on the
sort of?
early records like Hot Damn and stuff like that, we were kind of like, you know, he was doing something completely different when I was doing something, and the bass player was doing something completely different than we were doing, and it kind of worked that way. Where I think we're gonna go back to doing something like that, where it's gonna be a little more open-ended, and you know, like it'll be good, you know.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And
I'm
And-
just real stoked about it. So.
I imagine
Yeah,
you
yeah.
are, and I think everyone else is going to be when they
Yeah.
hear the new stuff.
I hope so.
Absolutely. And so, also, I heard a rumor that Keith was doing something with Joe and Andy from Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, I don't think anything's gonna come of it. I think it's literally just something they were doing for fun.
Yeah?
And it's like with, it has Dave from Unsane in it, and Scott Ian from Anthrax
That's right.
is in it too. And they're just, you know, they recorded a bunch of songs. I think they recorded 8 songs, and they're just, you know, seeing what comes of it. I don't think, like I said, everyone's time is consumed. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
like, literally, it's like when they have time to do that, they're gonna do it. And I don't even see that ever happening because there's
Yeah.
no time. You know what I mean?
Especially like, I think, isn't Fall Out Boy's record coming out soon? And I
Yeah,
imagine-
they're gonna tour for like
Yeah.
8 years off that. And, yeah.
Absolutely. And so, but
But I mean, it sounds cool. It sounds like Corrosion of Conformity.
really,
It's pretty cool.
That's
yeah,
not right.
just with Keith singing. So
that's cool. And so,
Yeah.
I also wanted to ask a little bit about, I guess, like where that comes from, that sort of combination of artists collaborating together and that sort of thing.
just
How do you feel about
basically being
communities
friends,
like that?
man? I love it. I literally love it. I'm doing me and our bass player Josh are doing a band with Frank from Gallows called Goodbye Cruel World, and like it's gonna be real crazy and spazzy. I'm playing bass in it. Josh is playing
Really?
guitar. Like we're just switching,
That's so
and
rad.
it's gonna be cool. And that's gonna be rad. It's basically just being friends, and like, you know, there was something I don't want to sound like a fucking hippie, but in the 70s and the 60s, even with like rap music, it happened so much. Just like bands back then, it was more of like an art where like you'd be like, okay, this guy's a great guitar player, I want to work with him, blah blah blah. And then you'd